Hello, welcome back friends. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, keep learning and stay tuned. Today we will study a very important chapter of physics called electricity. This is very important for now and for science students going forward. So let's start. What comes in the mind when we say electricity? Very common term nowadays, very widely used, and almost everything is being done nowadays using electricity. Yeah, what comes in the mind? Please tell me. If I ask you, what comes in the mind? Tell me. Bulb, fan, generator, motors, okay, or any heater, electrical appliances. Many things are there. Even the video recording is going on, okay, using electricity, and many other things. Nowadays, it is like almost all the things are dependent on electricity. How can we define electricity? So what is electricity? If we say, okay, come on, tell me something about electricity. So what is it? So if we have to say what is electricity, one thing comes in the mind. Electricity is a type of energy. So electricity is a type of energy which enables us to do many work. So what is its existence? From where does it arise? Something is there, something is coming out of nothing. So from where it is coming out? Electricity comes out as a result of charge. Electricity is a phenomena where the charge comes and play a very important role. Okay, so when we talk about electricity, we have to know the charge. And what is charge? How can we know the charge? For that, some understanding of matters we have to know. Matters are composed of atoms, and atoms have some atomic particles called electrons, protons and neutrons. And we know electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged and neutrons are neutral. So here the subatomic particle, which is the core of the matter, is charged particles. So it is from there where the charge concept comes into the picture. So if suppose there are two surfaces are rubbed with each other, then some electrons are transferred from one surface to other, and this gives rise to the charge which we can feel. As for example, if you are on a slide, or suppose a kid is on a slide, and when you come down and you touch the kid, you get electric shock. So from where does this charge arise? This is due to the fact that when the slide was in contact with the kid's got some charge developed in it, and when you touch the kid, you get shock. It is due to this charge principle. You can also develop the charge at your home by rubbing a plastic scale on your hair, and with that charge, the scale gets charged, and you can pick small piece of paper with the help of that scale. Even a comb can do the same thing, and a glass rod, when rubbed with silk, also gets charged. So these are the basic principles how a electric charge get developed. So there are two types of electricity when we talk about electricity. The first thing that we discussed just now is called static electricity. And the second thing which we will be discussing now in the chapter is current electricity. And the entire chapter almost with the minor definition of static electricity. And now onwards, whatever we will go on discussing is the current electricity. So let's start with current electricity. So let us define a charge. The unit of charge is coulomb. Let us say, what is charge? We know charge is developed when electrons are more in one substance compared to other substance. Then the negative charge is more on this substance, and the charges can be given to the other substance. So what is charge and how it is measured? Charge is measured in coulomb. Charge is measured in coulomb. Okay. So if we have to define 1 coulomb of charge, how can we define it? So 1 coulomb of charge can be defined as the charge which act on an object kept at a distance of 1 meter from it. Okay. Charge which acts on an object which is placed 1 meter away from it, and it exerts a force of 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton, okay, on the equal charge, then the charge is 1 coulomb. Okay, so let's do it again. Charge exerts a force of 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton. The objects are placed 1 meter apart. Then the charge is said to be 1 coulomb. So the charge is 1 coulomb. So now before we move on to potential or potential difference, let us do this thing. 1 coulomb of charge will have how many electrons? The question is how many electrons are present in 1 coulomb of charge. So let's solve that. 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb is the charge of 1 electron. Okay, so 1 coulomb of charge will be present in 1 by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 electrons. Okay, so 1 coulomb of charge, when you will solve it, you will get 1 coulomb of charge, you will get 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 electrons. So we have derived 1 coulomb of charge will have 6.25 into 10 to the power 18 number of electrons in it. Okay, clear? So now we will discuss potential difference. So now we will discuss potential. So what do we mean by potential? Potential means the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to a point. See again, amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from infinity to a point. This is the definition of potential. So what is potential difference? The definition of potential difference is the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from one point to another. Again, the amount of work done in bringing a unit positive charge from one point to another is called potential difference, and the unit of potential difference is volt. So what is current? Now we will know current. So current is the rate of flow of charge. So charge is measured in coulomb. Coulomb per unit time is current. Rate flow of charge is called current. Okay, and current is measured in ampere. Unit of current is ampere. So now we can start the Ohm's law. As per the Ohm's law, current flowing through a circuit is directly proportional to the potential difference across the circuit. See again, Ohm's law says current flowing through a circuit is directly proportional to the potential difference across the circuit. So we can also say V is directly proportional to R, or V is equals to I into R. This R is a factor called resistance. R is resistance. Resistance is measured in ohm. Its symbol is this. Okay. V is potential difference measured in volts. I is measured in ampere. R is resistance measured in ohm. So as per the Ohm's law, current flowing through a circuit is directly proportional to the potential difference across the circuit. Okay. So now I will do electrical circuit. So by electrical circuit we mean some setup is like this. One cell is there with positive and negative terminal, one resistance and one key. So as per the Ohm's law, we have V equals to I into R. If current flowing through the circuit is I and potential difference is V, then this equation will have to be satisfied by the circuit. So V is equal to I multiplied by R when the key is closed. So now let's see the combination of resistances in series and in parallel. There can be two combination of resistances. Resistance can be in series and resistance can be in parallel. So in series we mean if this is a resistance R1, another resistance R2 is connected. So the resistance is in series. Series means one after the other. And parallel means one resistance R3 is here, another resistance R4 is here. Okay, so this is in parallel. Okay, so current will be distributed here and both resistance will get some current and it will flow. But here whatever current will enter here, same current will exit from this end. So this is the combination. So what is equivalent resistance? So in series, okay, resistance equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3 and so on. If it is in series, it will be so on. We are talking about this combination. So R equivalent is R1 plus R2 plus R3. Okay. And if in parallel, 1 by R equivalent is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 and so on, depending on the number of resistances. So here we get the combination of resistance in series and the combination of resistance in parallel. Now we will do factors which affect resistance. Okay, so resistance is there and see certain factors are there which affect the resistance of a conductor. Suppose resistance is there, resistance will depend upon the length of the conductor. If the length is more, resistance will be more. And for the resistance, the conductor's area of cross sections also affect the resistance. So it depends upon the length and the area of cross section, and temperature and some other factors are also there. But two important factors which we will discuss now are the length and area of cross section. So resistance of a conductor is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. Okay? And resistance of the conductor is inversely proportional to the area of cross section of the conductor. Directly proportional to length, inversely proportional to area of cross section. Okay? This is length, this is area of cross section. So from here we get a very important formula. R is equal to rho L by A. So rho is a factor, rho denoted by this. This is called resistivity. Rho is a factor called resistivity. Okay, so this is a very important formula to solve numericals in this chapter. So please learn this. And now we are going to start electrical power. So now we can start electrical power. So what is power? Power is the work done per unit time by electrical energy. Power is the work done per unit time by electrical energy, and it is denoted by P. So P is work done per unit time. So work is measured in joule, per unit time in second. Okay, so it is V I, power is V. So what is electrical work done or electrical energy? Electrical energy is Vi into T. Power is equal to Vi. It means V is IR into I. It means I square R. This is P equal to I square R. It is one equation. And again from the same thing we can write P equals to V I. I is V by R. So V square by R. P equals to V square by R. This is the second equation of power. So now this is also very important. Please practice it. Using this we can solve many numericals. So now let's solve a small numerical on power. Suppose a bulb 100 watt is connected in a circuit or at home. So bulb is 100 watt and the potential difference across the bulb terminal is 220 volt. So you have to find the current drawn by the bulb. So what is the current drawn by the bulb? So very easy question, very important question also. So we know P equals to VI. Power is given 100 volt. Power is given 100 watt. And V is given 220 and we have to find I. So I will be equal to 100 by 220, which will be near to 0.45 amperes. Okay, clear? So now after power we can start the heating effect of current. So now we will do heating effect of current. So what does it mean? It means when electricity passes through certain conductors, it releases heat. When electricity passes through a conductor like nichrome, it releases a huge amount of heat. So how does it happen? It happens because when electricity passes through the resistance, it opposes the movement of electrons or the movement of current. So a lot of heat energy is released in the process. Okay. As motion is opposed by the frictional force, in that also some heat energy is released. In a similar way, when electrons are opposed by resistance, heat energy is released. So how much heat energy is released, we will see now. So heat is a form of energy, so it is measured in joule. Okay, it is a form of energy, so it is measured in joule. So what is the work done? Work done is the energy released. So work done is given by Q into V. That means charge moving from one potential to the other potential is the amount of work done. Now we know Q is I into T and V is I into R. So from here we get W equals to I square R T. So this is Joule's equation of heat. So this will be used in solving the numericals. Please practice it. It's a very good equation. And other thing is the application of heating effect of current. So heating effect of current is useful in many ways. We use it in electrical heater, geysers, electrical irons, bulbs and electrical fuse. So these are the applications, and with this we have completed the chapter and hope you have understood it. Please practice it and learn it. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.